Use this 3 days plan to experience the best that Paris has to offer and make sure you do not miss any of the important Paris landmarks and attractions, museums, parks, churches and other must-see sites that the City of Lights has to offer. This itinerary is focused on the best of Paris sites, the well-known Paris landmarks and attractions like the Louvre Museum, the Orsay Museum, the Eiffel Tower, the Notre Dame and many other must-see sites. If you have 3 days, and are interested to ensure you do not miss any of the important Paris landmarks and attractions, then this plan is made for you. Day 1 starting from Orsay Museum through the Eiffel Tower and ending at the Arc de Triomphe. Start time, 9:30 Orsay Museum. Duration, 2 hours. The Orsay Museum is officially the second most visited museum in Paris. Inaugurated in 1986, it is housed in an exquisite historic train station overlooking the city's iconic River Seine. The Hôtel des Invalides is a museum complex comprising several buildings situated at the south of the Esplanade des Invalides, in between the Eiffel Tower and Faubourg Saint-Germain. Originally built in order to house war veterans, today the complex is home to several museums and monuments dedicated to French military history. It is also home to a burial ground where some of France's most memorable war heroes, such as Napoleon Bonaparte, are buried. The main museum in the complex is the Musée de l'Armée, which features a number of interactive displays and exhibits that document French military history through various artifacts, photographs and audiovisual presentations. 0.7 km, 8 minutes walking. Start time, 1300 Rodin Museum. Duration, 1 hour and 30 minutes. The Rodin Museum holds the world's most comprehensive collection of artwork attributed to the French modernist sculptor, Auguste Rodin. The museum is housed in the former Hotel Byron, where Rodin spent much of his time subsequent to 1908. Upon his death, he bequeathed his vast estate of priceless art, including works by Renoir and Van Gogh, to the French government for the purposes of establishing a public museum. 2.4 km, 23 minutes by public transport. Start time, 14:55 Eiffel Tower. Duration, 2 hours. The soaring peak of the Eiffel Tower is recognizable from just about any spot in Paris. It was built by the famous architect Gustave Eiffel for the World Exhibition in 1889. While it was never intended to be a permanent structure, and was almost dismantled in 1909, the city decided to keep it after realizing its ideal location for the transmission of antennas. The tower's aesthetic design faced much criticism at the time by the city's artistic and architectural elite, though ironically it is now one of the most widely celebrated monuments in Europe. Please like and subscribe my channel. 0.4 km, 4 minutes walking. Start time, 1700 River Cruise. Duration, 1 hour. The main pier for the Bateau Parisiens, Paris boat, is situated just next to the Eiffel Tower. The cruise lasts for approximately 1 hour, and it is completely free if you have a Paris pass. 2 km, 24 minutes walking. Start time, 1825 Arc de Triomphe. Duration, 1 hour. The distinct Romanesque design of the Arc de Triomphe was inspired by the original Arch of Titus in Rome. Measuring a total of 49 meters high and 44 meters wide, it is situated at the center of Place Charles de Gaulle, one of the largest and busiest traffic circles in the world. The arch was initially commissioned by Napoleon in 1806 as a place for military parades, and after some 20 years of construction it was finally completed in 1836. Day 2 starting from Pantheon through the Notre Dame and ending at the Tuileries Gardens. Start time, 10 o'clock Pantheon. Duration, 1 hour. Known for its inspiring neoclassical design, the Pantheon was first conceived in 1750 as a church honoring the patron saint of Paris, Saint Genevieve. Construction only commenced 15 years later, and it was officially consecrated in 1789, just before the French Revolution. While it was originally a church, today it serves as a mausoleum, and it currently holds the remains of French icons like Émile Zola, Victor Hugo and Marie Curie. 1 km, 13 minutes walking. Start time, 11:15 Notre Dame. Duration, 1 hour and 25 minutes. The Notre Dame Cathedral is one of the most visited sites in Paris, with some 10 million tourists visiting per year. Situated on the banks of the River Seine at the heart of Paris, it is famous for its distinct Gothic architecture, and has served as a Catholic institution for over 700 years. The history of Notre Dame goes back to 1163, when it was first erected by the Bishop of Paris, Maurice de Sully. It was finally completed in 1345 after some 182 years of construction. 1.6 km, 21 minutes walking start time, 1300 Louvre Museum duration, 2 hours. The Louvre is officially the largest museum in the world, while it also boasts one of the world's most impressive art collections. Some famous works in the collection include Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa, and Alexandros of Antioch's ancient marble sculpture, Venus de Milo. The building itself has a fascinating history that dates back to the year 1200, when it was first built as a fortress. It wasn't until 1793 that French revolutionaries decided to convert it into a grand museum for all to enjoy. 0.7 km, 9 minutes walking start time, 1510 wine tasting at Au Château duration, 1 hour. Paris pass holders get free entry to the famous wine tastings at Au Château, a trendy bar located at the heart of Paris. It is common knowledge that France is responsible for producing some of the finest wines in the world, and is the only place where authentic champagne is produced. The bar offers a range of different tasting experiences. 1.6 km, 21 minutes walking start time, 1630 Palais Garnier Opera House duration, 1 hour. Designed by the French architect Charles Garnier, the Palais Garnier Opera House was officially inaugurated in 1874. Known for its opulent Baroque and Rococo architectural elements, it is situated on the Boulevard des Capucines and is easily recognizable owing to its expansive green copper dome and elaborate front facade. The latter consists of sweeping archways, intricate allegorical figures, Greek columns and bronze busts. On the top of the dome sits a statue of the Greek god Apollo. The interiors of the opera house are even more elaborate, boasting lush velvet, exquisite sculpture and an abundance of gold leaf. The highlight is the Grand Foyer, which is known for its frescoed ceiling painted by Paul-Jacques-Aimé Baudry, along with its sparkling chandeliers and inspiring marble staircase. The main auditorium is a horseshoe shape and accommodates some 1,979 guests. 1.2 km, 16 minutes walking start time, 1745 Tuileries Gardens duration, 1 hour. The Tuileries Gardens were designed by Catherine de' Medici in 1564 especially for the Tuileries Palace, one of the many palaces belonging to King Louis XIV of France. Please like and subscribe my channel. Day 3 starting from Luxembourg Gardens through the Holy Chapel and ending at the Place du Tertre. Start time, 9 o'clock Luxembourg Gardens. The Luxembourg Gardens span a total area of 23 hectares, encompassing a vast array of colorful flowers, lush manicured lawns, relaxing walkways and inspiring sculptural art. The gardens are centered on the magnificent Palais du Luxembourg, which was built in the 17th century by Marie de' Medici. It is currently home to the French Senate. Guided tours of the palace's ornate interiors operate daily. 1.3 km, 18 minutes walking start time, 11:15 Holy Chapel duration, 1 hour. Known as La Sainte-Chapelle in French, the Holy Chapel was first built by King Louis IX of France for the purpose of housing the remnants of the cross upon which Jesus Christ was crucified. These remnants, along with Christ's original crown of thorns, were purchased from the Emperor of Constantinople at the time. The Holy Chapel is known for its inspiring Gothic architecture characteristic of the French Rayonnant period, and it is perhaps most famous for being home to the oldest stained glass window in France, and one of the largest in the world. The window comprises some 1,113 stained glass panels that shine bright colors when the sun is out. The panels depict a range of biblical scenes and the saints. The chapel was severely damaged during the French Revolution, but was subsequently restored in the 19th century. 0.5 km, 7 minutes walking start time, 12:20 Pont Neuf Bridge duration, 15 minutes. The Pont Neuf Bridge, or New Bridge, in English, was built with sparkling white stone in 1578 and is thus the oldest surviving bridge in the whole of Paris. It connects the 1st and the 6th arrondissements on either side of the famous River Seine, and is home to the earliest known example of a pedestrian sidewalk in Europe. 1.1 km, 14 minutes walking start time, 12:50 Royal Palace duration, 1 hour and 30 minutes. Paris pass holders get free entry to the famous wine tastings at Au Château, a trendy bar located at the heart of Paris. It is common knowledge that France is responsible for producing some of the finest wines in the world, and is the only place where authentic champagne is produced. The bar offers a range of different tasting experiences. The most common package deal includes 3 French wines, which visitors can choose. 2.9 km, 30 minutes by public transport start time. 1450 Sacré-Cœur Basilica duration, 1 hour and 30 minutes. The Sacré-Cœur Basilica sits perched on the top of Montmartre, rendering it one of the highest points in the whole of Paris. Designed by Paul Adabi in order to commemorate the end of the Franco-Prussian War, construction of this magnificent cathedral began in the late 19th century, and continued well into the early 20th century. 0.2 km, 3 minutes walking start time. 1625 Place du Tertre duration, 1 hour and 30 minutes. The Place du Tertre, a large public square at the center of Paris, was once the hangout spot of famous artists like Dali, Renoir and Van Gogh. This is where the crème de la crème of the Parisian art scene lived, worked and spent their time socializing in trendy cafes in the early 20th century. Today, it retains its artistic feel and you will find dozens of artists here trying to make a living.